Yep. Come on now. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Don't be shy. Step right up. Say hi in the chat. Let me know you're there. We're going to get into this draft. We're just going to wait for some people to get here before we really start into this thing. As you can see, we're going to be doing this draft by Fansided. I like to try to get varying perspectives on people's mock drafts. They do silly stuff. Sometimes they do good stuff. You know how that goes. Yo, what up, Blackhawk 2K? What's going on? Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué pasó? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're all having a nice day down here in South Florida. It's been rainy. It's been crazy. There's been flooding. It's been wild. This fan-sided mock draft is interesting. We're going to go through this draft a little bit quicker than we normally do. And we're going to get you out of here in time for the NBA Finals. We'll go over to playback. Bueno, in your best Canadian accent? That's hilarious. I don't even know how. I've never heard a Canadian say bueno before. I like it though. I like it. I'm just going to jump right into the mock draft since we got a hard out at 8:30. I'm going to try to simulcast our stream, but you'll probably want to go to playback.tv for that. I'll put it in the chat when I go over there. I'll be hanging out with the 5 Reasons crew, collaborating with them. This is my playback, but we're going to be going to 5 Reasons. I'll try to get you the exact URL whenever we switch over there. But for right now, let's talk about this mock draft, man. We have the Atlanta Falcons selecting Zachary Rizer from France. I don't see any way, shape, or form this happening at all. I don't see it happening at all in any way, shape, or form.
Stop the cap.
Not that Zach isn't a great player, but Atlanta's been openly talking about how much they love Donovan Clingan, and they were looking into trading back. But a lot of teams have come out and said they really like Donovan Cling, so there's a lot of gamesmanship going on. I see the Atlanta Hawks taking Donovan Cling at number 1. Me personally, I'd take Alex Sarr number 1 because of his ability to stretch the floor. And him and Cling have a lot of similar measurables. Yeah, I hear you. Got to make up for those cold winters. It is definitely cold in Canada. I hear you there. Sometimes you just got to hop across the border. In a legal way. In a legal way. Anyway. Number 2, the Washington Wizards getting Alex Sarr. I think this would be an enormous win for the Washington Wizards to be able to get Sarr. If the Washington Wizards were able to get Sarr, I mean, that would be a huge win for them, man, because he is mobile, he's agile, he can hit threes, good rim protector, he can close out sometimes, and not get totally embarrassed in space. Reed Shepherd, love Reed Shepherd's game, man. Him going to Houston is very interesting because of Fred VanVleet. One of my favorite point guards in the entire NBA. Yo, what's good, E? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the ride. Yeah, Sara and the Wizards would be magical. I'm sure the Wizards would find that very magical.
I thought my jokes were bad.
You already know.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Reed Shepherd would be really cool down in Houston, man. Him and Green together with those wings they have. Woo! Yeah, with Fred VanVleet facilitating. I love Fred's game. And not because I play like, Fred VanVleet and I had similar games. Of course, him at a much higher level than me. But, yeah, we played pretty much the same type of game. That could be why I love his game so much. Steph Castle going to the Spurs would be on fire. Can you imagine Wemby and Castle on the same starting lineup? It'd be a defensive nightmare. A defensive nightmare. Man, I would love that.
He's on fire!
That defense would be fire. You put Steph Castle with Victor Wembanyama in Greg Popovich's system and under his tutelage. Whoo! You are playing with an inferno. Matas going at number 5. Matas is really athletic, man. I don't think people realize exactly how athletic Matas really is. His jumper needs some work. His game overall needs some work, but he's got an extremely high ceiling if he's able to reach that potential. But he could also have a low floor.
Say goodbye.
You never know when it comes to a player like that. Everybody on that G League at Night team underperformed, and that's a red flag.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
That is a red flag.
Okay, now that I got your attention.
But now that I got your attention, that brings me to Rod Dillingham. Rob Dillingham on the Hornets makes a lot of sense if you're going to pair him with last year's second-round pick. That's right, people. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like E said, we're over 2,000 strong now. This channel is growing like Jack and the Beanstalk. Magical. It's magical the things this channel is doing, man.
See around, certified. Monster Hunter Beat Hope.
Yeah, it's been magical what this channel has been doing. I really appreciate all the support. But we're going to keep flying here. Rob Dillingham really does concern me, though, because you're putting LaMelo Ball and Dillingham in the same backcourt. You've got a very defensively challenged backcourt. Because LaMelo, it doesn't play any defense. And as good as and as dynamic as Rob is, Rob has a limited wingspan. Very small hands. Only 164 pounds. Your backcourt becomes a liability defensively. And LaMelo, frankly, needs the ball all the time. So I don't really see him and Rob sharing the floor at all. I'm not a big fan. Donovan Clingan finally going to the Trailblazers at number 7. They would be thrilled to get Kling. Trailblazers would be thrilled. Let me put a poll question up there for y'all real quick. Let's get this poll thing started. See, Wood, Wemby, and Castle shut it down defensively. What does that mean? No one knows. Yes or no? Start it. Let's go. Let's get that poll running. We got some exciting things coming up on the channel as well. I mean, like I said, we're over 2,000 strong. It's going to be becoming pretty overwhelming with all the messages and support that I've gotten, but I'm going to continue to try to get to everybody. It's completely impossible for me to shout out everybody. If you want to super chat me, you can click that super chat button on the right, and it'll make sure your message gets read on stream or on a video, and it'll get pinned to the top of the comment section. If you want to become a channel member, you'll get all the behind the scenes video footage early. So any video I put up, you get it immediately after it's done. Any of the short form content, you're likely to get it prior to everybody else indefinitely. And then I'll make other short form content for my shorts later. So that's what's going on with the channel. Recently, we've collaborated with 5 Reasons Sports. So you're going to start seeing a lot of our content doubled up on 5 Reasons Sports as well. And we're going to do live streaming from there. For all my Miami Heat fans, you'll be able to find me with 5 Reasons Sports right now. And then also, we've added a merch store in case anybody wants one of our Draft Sicko hoodies, which are really cool. But anyway, back to the draft. Let's get it. Tajden Salawan is one of my favorite players in this entire draft. If the Spurs somehow get Salawan and Castle, they are going to be a force this year. This year, they'd be a force with those 2 guys. And now I'm not talking about like an overwhelming force, but way better than they were the previous year. Because Wemby's going to be a year better. You're going to have way more talent in that starting lineup. Length everywhere. Better three-point shooting around them. And then you would have a absolute dog in the middle of the, driving and Stephon Castle and orchestrating things. Man, that would be an absolute win for the Spurs. This mock draft, if you're a Spurs fan, has to be super duper exciting. So far, 100% of the poll says Wemby and Castle would shut it down defensively. And I agree. Absolutely dynamite. Zach Edey going at number 9. My God, is that a reach? Holy cow, that's high for Zach Edey. The guy never leaves the paint. I mean, he does score down there when he gets it because he was bigger than everybody in college. But when he went head-to-head with Donovan Clingan gave him all he could handle. But it makes sense, like they say, the Grizz need to replace Steven Adams, so I get it. I mean, I'd rather have Messi than Zach Edey, to be honest. Nikola Topic sliding. Universally, a month ago, was considered one of the top 3 picks in the entire draft. Sliding down to number 10. That's crazy. One of the best playmakers in the entire draft. Super young, tons of upside. Man, that would be a steal at number 10. Absolute steal for the Jazz. Everybody knows Donovan Carter and the Chicago Bulls have a love affair. Every mock draft in the past week has had Devin Carter going to the Chicago Bulls. Seems like an eventuality. Him and Kobe White would make a nice pair back there. Alex Caruso's probably gone. Lonzo Ball's career is probably over. Yo, 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 what up, Dave? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. Are the Atlanta Hawks this much of a laughingstock? Let's put it on the poll. Let's do a poll question on that, Dave. Lonzo Ball will ball again soon. Will he? Will he? I'm not so sure. You think Dillingham goes to the Bulls? He already went in this mock. All right, new poll question is up. Per Dave. Yeah, I got Kling going to the Hawks too, say less. I got Kling going to the Hawks as well. Ronald Holland going to the Thunder. That's such a Thunder pick. That is a Thunder pick, but I'm here to tell you, if Dalton Connect is still on the board, OKC is not passing on Dalton Connect. I promise you that. Absolutely promise you that. He said, nah, my Pistons suck. Yeah, the Hawks really messed up with Trae Young and Luka, that's for sure. Am I ready for my mock draft? Not in the least bit. I've been really busy. I've been really busy, but I'll make it happen. Sar is going to destroy Kling for the next 10 years. I like Sar a lot. I do. But I like Kling a lot. I like Kling as well. Don't sleep on Kling. He can hoop. He can definitely hoop. If Dalton Connect somehow went past OKC, the Sacramento Kings are going to be right there to snatch him up. He'd be really tough to guard next to Keegan Murray and De'Aaron Fox. He'd be really tough to guard. Cody Williams going to the Blazers. A really Blazers thing to do. Seems right up Joe Cronin's alley. Jacoby Walter to the Heat. I just threw up a little bit. Nothing against Jacoby Walter, but he literally is a three-point shooter and nothing else. Literally, you get nothing else. This says point of attack defense. I don't think so. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, Archangel. Don't forget to get these emojis going. Help me out with the algorithm so people know we're there and it pushes our stream out. Appreciate you. Jacoby Walter going to the Heat would really... I literally would probably weep. I would weep the night of the draft if Jacoby Walter goes to the Heat. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he has a great career and he's one of the best players in Miami Heat history. I'm just telling you, I don't see it. Hey, E, again, I really appreciate you. That is huge. That's huge support. That's right, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate you. We're going for 3,000 subscribers by the end of the draft. That's our new goal. I'm going to have to start making subscriber goals for these things. Jared McCain to Philadelphia. That makes a lot of sense. Put him beside Tyrese Maxey. That elite three-point shooting and playmaking. That would be tough. Tristan da Silva makes a lot of sense for the Lakers. They get younger. He can do a little bit of everything. Good floor spacer. Bub Carrington going at 18. The Orlando Magic collecting all the guards. Every single guard in the draft the Orlando Magic want. That's okay, though. That would work out in Philadelphia. I'm telling you, say less. That would be a dangerous backcourt. Isaiah Collier to the Raptors. I mean... doesn't really float my boat that much, but, you know, he's got traits. He's a strong pit bull of a point guard. It'd definitely be fun in the regular season, say less. I mean, I don't think very highly of Anthony Black, Angel, so you know, it's not very hard to impress me to take another guard over Anthony Black. Go back and watch my video on Anthony Black. I didn't have a very high opinion of him.
I thought my jokes were bad.
We do not care.
Johnny Furphy. Johnny Furphy is really bouncy, man. I don't know where he would play in the Cleveland Cavalier lineup. I really don't know whose minutes he would take. Would he be in the G League for half a season or the whole season? Where does he fit in Cleveland? I don't know where he would play. Whose minutes would he take? They got the Pelicans taking a flyer on Kel'el Ware. Don't get me started on Kel'el Ware and his lack of energy and effort. I wish the kid all the success in the world, but there's no amount of workout footage that's going to convince me of the entire season of videotape of him just letting himself be boxed out by everybody. He was playing minutes as a 19-year-old. 5 minutes? Was that what you mean? Jamal has a question. He says, can I sell him on Stephon Castle long term because he's not seeing what people are talking about? I'm sure you have a really good plan, but I'm not seeing pro levels people say. I can do my best, sir. I can do my best. And here's what I can tell you about Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle can guard 1 through 4. And he's going to do it at an elite level. And he's never going to complain. He is probably one of your best ball handlers at 6'6". He has playmaking chops on the pick and roll, press breaker, and fast break. And he's going to be one of your best wing finishers. He's a pit bull in every sense of the word. And his shooting is going to be better than you realize. That is a promise. All right, let's continue. Eve Missy going to the Suns would be amazing for Eve. That'd be a great spot. Listen, Castle is doing what he thinks is best for his draft position to go to someplace he can win. I'm telling you, he doesn't complain. The kid never complains on the court, ever. I get it. It rubbed me the wrong way too when he was saying he's only a point guard. I get it. I mean, if you want to be literal, Archangel, you can be literal. Listen, Jamal, Castle and Koulibaly together would be a nightmare defensively for years to come. You want Stephon Castle on your team, trust me. Deron Holmes to the Bucks. I mean, he's a better three-point shooter than Brook Lopez was at the same age, that's for sure. Ryan Dunn to the Knicks. I mean, do we got to say any more? Thibodeau, ultimate defender in the draft. Absolutely, I didn't. Not that I didn't want to hear an unproven kid complain. I don't like hearing anybody try to dictate to an organization of what they will be, but I get it from the player and the agent's perspective. I understand. I get it. He only gets one chance to be drafted in what direction his career will go. I'm all for player empowerment. Don't get me wrong. I am all for the players getting their way in these negotiations. Because if I was a player, I would want my freedom to choose as well. Yeah, I mean, Holmes could go a lot of different places. This whole draft could go a lot of different ways. You know what you really don't want in Washington is Keyshawn George. I mean, if you want to knock down three-pointer only, that's Keyshawn George. Literally all he does. McCullough, is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. I like McCullough, but I just don't know if he can be healthy, if he's, if he's injury prone or not. Tyler Kolek in Minnesota, sign me up. Sign me up for Tyler Kolek in Minnesota right now. Oh, I'd love A.J. Johnson to the Wizards at 26. A.J. Johnson would do great there. Cal Filipkowski goes to the Denver Nuggets. That would be a nightmare. How much size does Denver need? Dursic to the Jazz. That would actually be a good fit for the Jazz. Cam Christie to Boston. I don't like it. I mean, I like it because they're contenders. They can afford to let him sit and develop. But I'm not a big fan of Cam Christie. He doesn't really knock my socks off in any one particular area. I know, say less. I don't need Denver to continue to be good. I get what you're saying, Archangel, but at the end of the day, without the players, there is no league. And for a league that makes their living off of these people, I think these people deserve whatever they can get. Pacome going to the Raptors. That's a great pick. That's a very Raptors-ish pick. Tyler Smith to the Jazz would be great for them. Baylor to the Bucks would be a good fit. Justin Edwards is a very Portland pick that probably doesn't work out. KJ Simpson at 35 to the Spurs. I love that. I love that. You realize there were no billionaires that owned basketball teams until the players built the league, right? You do realize that. These franchises weren't worth billions until the players built the league. Nobody is coming to watch your average Joe play basketball. Nobody's paying money for that. Bobby Clintman to the Pacers. That makes sense for them. Jalen Tyson to the Timberwolves. Terrence Shannon. I mean, he's got a rape trial going on, sexual assault trial. Mogbo to Memphis is very interesting. They have Mogbo listed as a center. He is not a center. Yeah, Jamal, I'd definitely take a flyer. Scary. You remember when Kobe made demands? Yep, Kobe definitely made demands. All right, y'all, I got to get over to the 5 Reasons channel. I'm going to keep the stream going, but I have to blank it out for copyright reasons. So you'll be able to hear me here, but I'm going to be over at 5 Reasons. I'll show you right now. Hold on a sec. I'll give you a sneak peek. Give me a second. I'll give you a sneak peek.
Because I'm not used to aging.
So this is the sneak peek. This is where
No,
we
but
are.
is it like
5 reasons.
my mic is echoing because you don't have a headset, or is it they can hear you twice? Like, is it a me problem or a you problem?
So that's where we're going to be if you want to join us or if you want to stay over here. The screen is just going to be black over here, but you'll be able to hear me interact with them. Over at 5 Reasons Sports, we're going to be doing the entire game for the NBA Finals tonight. It'll be simulcast, so if you want to come back and watch. But this is where I'll be for the rest of the game. Playback.tv/5 Reasons Sports. The Heat should take Collier. I am not a Collier fan. Chomchi would be an awesome pick for the Raptors, dude. Yo, Jalen Bridges fits to the Pacers? Yeah, he does. I wouldn't touch Shannon, man. I'm not... I don't play around with people on trial for sexual assault, man. It's not a risk I'm willing to take for my franchise. What's up, Eternal? What's going on, man? How you doing today, Ben?
We never actually discussed hierarchy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, Adel. Give me just 1 second, guys.
Oh, all good, all good. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. All right, chat. So we're over on 5 Reasons on Playback. So playback.tv/5 Reasons to watch the NBA Finals. If you'd like to join us there, you can watch the finals with us. Otherwise, you can hang out here on my stream and listen to me and chat with me. And I appreciate it. If you look at the fact of Shannon's case, it looks like a scam. Yeah, I mean, it could be a scam. It could be. I'm just trying to tell you, that's a tough risk to take for your organization. You got to be really confident.
Greg, what's the bold prediction for the night?
You got to be really confident.
Derrick Jones Jr. scores 18.
Ooh, that is bold.
Okay. What about you, Adel?
My bold prediction for the night is Kyrie over 30.
Kyrie over 30?
Yeah, he's got to do something. He's got to pick it up, man. He's got to be that guy that's going to get you 30 when Luka's struggling or Luka's not having a great game. If Kyrie isn't giving you at least 30 or 25 and 8 or 9 assists, then you're in some trouble. You're in some big trouble.
Yeah, they need all hands on deck tonight.
Yes, they do.
That's always the risk you take with Kyrie, though. Is he going to show up or is he not?
Ben, what's your bold prediction?
33 points for Jason Tatum tonight on good efficiency.
That's probably the smartest bold prediction.
There you go.
Okay.
Sound like you did some analytics on that one.
Just feel like, I don't know. Just feel like there's been a lot of noise on him, and I think he's gonna respond in this one.
We just did a little draft update pod, and Adele, I called you out, but I completely forgot your YouTube handle and butchered it, so I apologize. But I promised the audience that I'll plug you next show, so hold me accountable.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. It's Hoops Profile for anybody that was interested.
Hoops Profile, thank you. Because I mentioned that you're going to come on with us and do deeper dives on some of these guys. We went through some of just the names that have been worked out so far. Brady loves Tyler Smith.
I can understand him offensively. Yeah, he's a very interesting offensive prospect. Defensively, I have a lot of concerns.
Who y'all talking about?
Tyler Smith, the 6'9" big man from the G League Ignite.
He is 6'11" with shoes on.
He is not 6'11". Just
6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. If
He's
I
got the
read correctly.
wingspan, yes.
Okay, he's 6'10" and 3/4 with shoes on.
You want to hear something crazy? Jonathan Mogbo is 6'6" with a 7'1" wingspan. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That sounds like Heat culture.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, that was me, but someone Storm Surge is asking who cracked a drink, but it's a Cherry Coke Zero. I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, I don't either. That poll even suggesting the Hawks could be laughingstock of the league is oddly refreshing as a Pistons fan.
Are we simulcasted on Twitter?
We are also simulcasted on my YouTube channel, just without the video.
Oh, cool.
So my bold prediction is it goes to overtime.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Except for when I gotta wake up and go into the office tomorrow morning, but
Yeah, that would actually kind of suck. Eternal, I hope yours loses.
Go Mavericks.
That's right, go Mavericks. Hey, if you think Tatum responds tonight, do you in the Boston wins, are you predicting a sweep?
That'd be interesting. I think that's a good sign if you're Dallas. I think Dallas will get one. I don't know if it'll be this one or the next one. I think they'll get one game. My original prediction was Boston in 6, but that was kind of reliant on Dallas winning one of the first two. And I thought game 2 was their chance, and they kind of blew it. But the math changes a little bit with Kristaps Porzingis out, Al Horford back into the starting lineup.
Yeah. Do you think
absolutely.
Who steps up off the bench, do you think? Do you think they just keep the rotation as is and go one less?
I think we'll see like one of the bigs, be it a Tillman, be it a Luke Cornett. We'll see one of them in the first half for like a stint. If it goes well, we'll see it again. If not, we will not.
Yeah, I think you see a short stint of Big Bird, Luke Cornett.
I see that. That's a fun nickname. I can totally see that. 1 year anniversary of the Cody Zeller game. Well,
I like this start for Dallas.
as do I. Hit a couple shots, gotten some stops.
Getting a rhythm, that important part
What
of
is
getting a rhythm.
happening in the paint right now? That is the one thing about this series that I'm glad can't be like through this first 2 games at least is.
Hey, I
Luka
appreciate you
Doncic
guys
has
sticking
been
with me on the YouTube
and
channel,
I'm
man.
glad that there's
We're
no
having
one
fun over
nationally
here.
who's even trying to make a case for him not showing up because he's been great.
And he's banged up. He's injured.
Yep.
I won't say injured. He's hurt.
Yeah. You hear that, guys? You can calm down now. Jimmy Butler is back with the Heat.
Yeah. I think the extension gets done.
What do you think it is? 1 year or 2?
I think it'll just be the one additional year. Like, on top of the year that he already has coming to him.
Yeah, and that was always my reservation about everybody losing their minds over how Jimmy wanting a max. It's literally just 1 more year. Like, what are we really doing? Like,
yeah, I think cooler heads will prevail. I really do. That's not based off intel. That's based off of just my gut feeling.
Gotcha. Don't aggregate that, people.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to clarify, just so people don't take that shit and run.
No doubt.
You heard them aggregate it.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Greg is reporting that Jimmy Butler is going nowhere.
I will report that the Heat are intrigued with Baylor Shireman, but y'all already know that.
Oh, we already knew they'd be intrigued with that guy. No doubt. 43 comes around and Baylor's still there?
It'd be an interesting pick, but I also see Brady brought up on the pod we just did how maybe they will take their big with the second pick and take their wing to replace Caleb. Just because there's a hole there.
Yeah, I could see that based on who they're bringing in too. It looks like that, right?
Yeah. Name that it's really about. We're going to just sabotage the finals with Heat draft talk. The guy that he specifically thought we should watch for was Jesse Edwards.
Oh, and as an undrafted or a second round guy?
As a second round guy. Like the fact they
Wow.
worked him out, either as an undrafted or a second round guy, then maybe they'd be looking at some of those names of some bigs in the second round, which I know that doesn't make Eternal happy.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I haven't heard him at all, any second round buzz on him at all. But, you know, he had a really good showing at the NBA Combine. His length really showed up on the boards and down low in the paint. Offensively, he doesn't really block shots though. He's more of a positional defender.
Yeah, Brady loves Ryan Dunn. I'm giving a
All right, y'all. I think we are having some technical difficulties on the playback stream, but I am still here on YouTube, so we're going to keep this thing rolling. I'm not really sure what's going on with the feed from that end. It looks like everybody's being kicked off the stage, per se. So if they do wind up trading to pick back, say the Bulls and Blazers have a weird feeling they get Walter, because he's a big two-guard with defensive ability. His defensive ability is overrated, Joe. His defensive ability is really overrated. I'm going to tell you that right now. Jacoby Walter isn't as good of a defender as people think. Alright guys, I'm going to end my YouTube stream because it may be interfering with my playback. Yeah, he's a regular too, man. You know what I mean? He's a regular too. I'm going to let you go for today, John. I'm going to get over to playback and make sure my connection's okay with them because for some reason it's messing up. But I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.